rock and roll.
Well, hello and welcome to the Daily Atheist Morning Show. I am your host, the Amazing Super Chris. Thank you for joining me today. It is Wednesday, and we're going to do Wednesday kind of things, all kinds of fun stuff. I'm doing more testing, friends. I'm streaming. Let me turn that off. 1,000 apologies. I'm streaming hopefully to the Book of Faces, the Tick of Talks, Twitch maybe. Twitch, we're going to Twitch as well. And I was hoping Instagram, but it doesn't look like it's working. But everything else seems to be working. So we're doing some testing as we broaden our horizons or break them. One or the other. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. Let's see what I can do here. Let's go with the pup.
Flanigan!
Yes, sir. Very disturbing, I know.
Fetch me Father Flanigan.
Your Highness.
You are in the presence of His Holiness, the Puppius Maximus, guardian of the sacred fire hydrant, defender of the holy tennis ball, and eater of the golden kibble, Pup Oliver Poopsalop the Fifth.
Your popedom. I heard you have a bone to pick with me.
Condoms, Father Flanigan?
No, thank you. I've got plenty.
That's what I mean. Why are you selling condoms?
Oh, you mean our Pharaoh sombrero line of condoms? Understood.
You know how we feel about those around here.
Well, they're not to be used by the Catholics, of course.
Not for Catholics?
No, they're part of our Sinner Gonna Sin lack of faith outreach program.
A sinner gonna what?
It's like getting the tithe, but from the heretics and the heathens and the atheists.
Oh, well, when you put it like that.
But, Your Highness, this will reflect very poorly on the church.
True. You know what this means, Flanigan?
Warning label, a warning label on the box, not for Catholics in big letters.
Too subtle.
Instant purgatory if used by Catholics.
I like it. Divine branding.
Excellent, your popedom. Will there be anything else?
That will be all. You may leave.
All right, everyone. Good morning. Thank you all for joining us. Guess who I found? I found Ryan. There's Ryan. Good morning, Ryan. Can you hear me? I can hear you. I cannot hear you, in fact, or you haven't said anything. It's not me. I don't think it's me. It could be me. Boom, boom. It could be me. Wait a second. Okay, can you hear me? Can I hear you?
You can hear me?
I heard you. There you go. And we also have noise. Oh, I need to add that alert thing over to the side. We have a new subscriber. Rion, I think. Sorry, it's in Mike Rice. Subscribe. Sorry, it's really small on the screen. Good morning, everyone. Thank you all for bearing with me. Again, as I mentioned, we're doing some new testing and new streaming. I think we've got it kind of up and going a little bit better, more gooder, possibly the most goodest is going to get. So we're now streaming on TikTok and Facebook. Yeah, the Book of Faces. So there we are. Good morning, everyone. Thank you all for joining us. I hope you all have had a wonderful week so far. Ryan, how's it going? Miss Non Sequitur's here, by the way. She said hi.
I'm going to refresh.
I didn't hear that for some reason. I saw your lips move. She scared me. All right, let me check this out. See if it's me. She's going to refresh. We'll be back. All right, she'll be back. Maybe it's a technical issue. Is Dr. Ben here? Already? Dr. Ben John Hudson. Dr. Ben, good morning, Dr. Ben. I hope you're doing great. I hope everyone's doing great. Error. Yeah, so if you don't mind, just bear with me. As I mentioned, we are Yes, there we go. I'm testing some new stuff and streaming out to other platforms, and we'll see how it goes. It may not work. May not be worth doing. We'll see how it goes. But so far, so good. All right, there we go. There's Ryan. Can we hear Ryan? Let me check on Ryan. I don't see like sound coming out of Ryan. Let me check my sound here in case it's something here. Default voice meter aux input. Okay, could be us. I'm going to blame Ryan. Good morning, everyone. Let me see here. Default out. It's me, Ryan. It's almost certainly me. Give me a moment. As much as I want to blame you, really, why can't I blame Ryan? All right, so this thing syncs my headphones is there, so it's going to go to there. This cable B output is where we go to. Cable B. Is that it? All right. Now there's Ryan. No, it's cable A. 1,000 apologies. Cable A output. Have I mentioned, Ryan? Good morning, Ryan. Have I mentioned yet that I happen to really dislike voice meter? Banana, potato. I got to bring you back up on the screen. There she is. All right. So that's half the battle. Are you still there, Miss Ryan? Okay. So now let me do this one over here. Voice meter out actually should be B2. Sorry guys. I don't know why this here got all. Well, probably because I was testing it. And see, that's kind of the thing. Let me go here. Why for you got to be so hard? B1, B2. There we go. Haha. Yeah. Hi, Ryan.
I hear you now.
Good morning. Let me fix the echo settings. Quick, echo cancellation. Boom. All right, there we go. That did not help.
Yay!
Oh, I got you. There we go. Okay, let's go here now. I think we've got you. Can I hear you? I can hear you. It's very quiet. I don't know why all this stuff is doing all this stuff. Man, it should be working. And I'm hearing an echo of myself. Yeah. Okay, cable. Let me just do this here. So at least I can hear you. Let me go here. Let's go here. Audio, video. And you're really quiet. I don't compared to everything, and it's probably something on my side. So you're there out to Rion and cable A input. The people out in the chat aren't hearing you at all. Let me refresh this. Hello. This is going to drive me nuts. Didn't we have this? We had this problem yesterday, but at least we're streaming out to other things. Let's see here. Yes, there's other things. Good morning, other people. If you're watching on TikTok, thank you. Bear with us as we're new to this. And let me see if I can figure out why I miss Ryan. I'm going to refresh this page over here. All right. So let's see if you're there now, Miss Ryan. Can I hear you? Yeah, I hear you. Okay, well, we'll just carry on and people can watch. You know, well, this is one of those things I'm sorry, my friends. I can't test it until it's live. Part of the reason why it's broken now is probably because I tried to test it without somebody on the other side, and I had to change the audio settings, and it's just being a jerk. Okay, so that is correct.
Now I hear myself.
No, I got you.
Specific. What was I saying? Oh, were you going to stream live or put out videos to only a specific group of people, like your subscribers?
Yeah. There we go.
They should do that because sometimes I
I
feel
don't
like
know
I would
why
like to
it
go
was doing
live,
that.
but
Now
I
let
don't
me
wanna
see if I can hear you. Okay. Can you hear me?
Better? Do you hear me now?
I can't hear you. I can't hear you through the right place, and that's the problem I'm having. Let me go here. Sorry, I can't change. No, not there. And I would let you talk and just let you talk, but they can't hear you. So, and you know, otherwise, I can hear you though. Why can't I hear you? Because you're coming out of the wrong. Well, they can hear you now. Say words.
Say words. Should I say words? What? Oh, Bree, what if I was trolling? Wouldn't that be so rude?
It would
If
be
I was
very
just-
rude.
You would, because I'll beat your ass.
Right? Very true.
I
Well, at least they
promise I will
can.
not do that.
Well, at least they can hear you now. Even though it's kind of coming out the wrong place, it's not supposed to be coming out there. They can hear you, and it's not echoing. I don't think. Can't baked Ronan. I see. That's the whole thing.
Are you trolling, Ronan?
We don't know. Good morning, Baked Ronan. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, you should be able to hear her in theory. Let me check over here on our. Hey, look, there we are. We've got people over on our Twitch. Thank you all for joining us on Twitch. Twitch.
Yay.
TikTok. I'm not doing the Twitch.
TikTok?
We're doing the TikTok. Yeah, we're doing the TikTok.
Oh, wow.
Yes, we're.
That worked.
I know. We're trying it and seeing if it's going to work. Hopefully it'll work. I like it. It looks like there's people there. Good morning, Miss Non Sequitur is there. So exciting. It's probably stuttering, a whole new platform. We're going to try it. We did Twitch. Listen, we did the Twitch for a year and a half, right? And we didn't get nothing. Every now and then some of our friends that come in and go, hey man, how come you don't stream to Twitch? Well, we do, and nobody ever watches it. So rather than putting the stream out to Twitch, I'm doing it to the Tiki-Taki. We'll see how it goes. Fingers crossed.
Join our Twitch streams. Was it Dr. Osiris or someone would join the Twitch streams sometimes, but usually it was just a robot telling us we could get more followers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, true. True. I think I may have an idea here, too. Let me look over here, my friends. Well,
Let's toss up.
Sorry, you're just kind of quiet to me, right? Don't you do anything. It's probably me. I really got to say once again, I can't not say it as much as I would enjoy blaming you. I can't blame you. Okay, that's in the right spot. Cool. And then, all right, so there we go. Now, let me check in our chat. Mr. Peabody, good morning. It says both videos are lagging. That's kind of the thing. I think what I may do is I may go ahead and just drop, because we've been doing the Facebook thing for a while. I've streamed to Facebook there, and it really hasn't helped us either. So I might go ahead and let's just turn off the Facebook stream and see if that doesn't allow the system to get up, to a good number. We'll see. YouTube being whack. Give it a minute, my friends, and we will see if hopefully it'll pick up. Now the only thing we're doing extra is TikTok, so it should be good. We'll see how it goes. Garland Garrett, good morning. It seems TikTok has been having a lot of problems. That's possible. We're also new to this. This is the first time my system. I've got a pretty beastie computer, so I don't think it's my computer. It might be my internet's a little slow. Collapsalism threw some coin at us.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Gambled and you lost.
I won nothing in Vegas the 5 days I was there, says Cloud. Oh, man, that sucks.
You won
That sucks.
experience? Does that count for something?
Maybe you do. Let me go here. Right.
Vegas, what happens there stays there. So
It should stay there. That's what they tell you anyway. They could be lying. Let's go
don't
volume
take
mixer.
pictures. Don't have it.
Yeah, don't take pictures. That's true.
So,
That's not what it should be. Yeah, that's what it should be.
John said he's feeling us up.
What's that?
John said he's feeling us up.
Oh, really? For free? I mean, man, we charge for that shit around here. The wife tells me don't give it away for free.
He's feeling up your gifts. is what he said.
Let's go. All right. Yeah, it's gonna be a jerk. Let me go here. And so everything seems, I don't know what's going on, guys. Everything seems to be looking okay. I can barely hear Ryan, but everybody else seems to be okay to hear. So we're just going to roll with it. I'll turn you up and we'll see how it goes. Fingers crossed. May the odds be ever in my favor.
Okie
dokie. That's right. Okie dokie. Let me ask you, have you watched the new TV show out there called, don't tell me what it's called. Wait, I got to start the stage. Have you seen the new show called Fallout?
No. Tell me about that one. Let me look up my science ones that I've written down.
I think I have. Let me go here. All right, cool. That all should be working now. We're live on our Discord. So that's that, guys. And here in a little bit, whenever we get after the bottom of the hour, we'll turn on our phones and see how that goes. Thank you for the super chat. Collapsalism. We appreciate that. Dyslexia Jones is here. Finest Plugins is here. John Hudson. Good morning, John Hudson. Godwin 7. Man, it's awesome to see all of you wonderful, fantastical people. And John Hudson. Let's see. Miss Non Sequitur says, I'll hang here, but I'm listening and watching on the tubes, which must not be named. Understood. It looks like we got quite a few folk watching on Discord. I'm new to the Discord. Not Discord. Well, Discord to you guys. To the TikTok. So hopefully TikTok won't block us. Last time I tried to stream to it, I would get just a few minutes into it, and then it would just stop, and I'd get blocked. So, all right.
What show was that called, did you say?
Fallout. The new Fallout series. Very good stuff. Hello. Yeah, Fallout. It's got the ghoul.
Oh, I did write it down. Okay, I wrote out the Fallout series. Okay. So I just need to, it's on my list. I just have to,
Gotcha.
You know what we did start watching though? We started watching Resident Alien.
Oh, really? Okay. What are your thoughts on Resident Alien?
I really like it.
Good.
I think it's funny.
It is.
So far anyway.
You'll probably get to the point where you'll hear the son of a bitch. And
I've heard it.
Okay. Yeah. He doesn't really do it enough, to be truthful. He because after they do it a couple times, they don't really, they really should land on that. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
anyway.
like make that like one of his things that he kind of says or something. Mm-hmm.
Yes, absolutely.
He said something about his penis. What did he say? Oh man, he said something, and I was just dying. I just said that was like the funniest literal way to explain what he explained.
Oh.
I just don't remember what it was, but
he did say something.
And then like he's describing his wife and what she did to him sexually, and he's explaining it to Asa. Is that her name?
Yeah, Asta.
Asta.
I think it's Asta. Yeah.
Explaining to Asta in the crevasse or whatever they had fallen into.
Crevasse.
What his wife had done, and he's just like, oh, and she put her bits on my face, or so she tried to smother me.
Yeah. There we go. Sorry. My noise. Sorry for the noise, guys. Sorry. Collapsalism, more $2, says Chris and Ryan, always looking good. Keep it up. Thank you, guys. We very much appreciate that. And thank you to all the newbies who are strolling in on the TikTok. Thank you for that. Like I said, it's really pretty cool. Whenever I first turn it on, it's like lots of people show up, and then TikTok says, hey, man, we don't like what you're doing. And then it's really slows down. But we'll see how it goes. I was trying to what happened, a second ago, I was trying to add an image to us. So our background on the little thing would look okay, and I screwed it up because I'm a bad person. Let's see, Secular Feeliness. I don't care to pay extra to turn off ads. Don't like being advertised to, so I'm not going to watch S2 and whatever else comes after that. Are you talking about
Which app is it? Which app is it on?
I think they're talking about YouTube.
Oh, it's on YouTube.
Yeah, is it YouTube?
Like, oh, do you want to keep your bitch? I never had a subscription. Stop asking me if I want to keep it.
Whichever one it is, I don't remember which one it is. There's several of them. Like you buy Netflix, And Netflix has 2 tiers now. So not only do they charge you money, but they charge you money and shove commercials at you. Gotta hate it. Gotta hate it.
That's fucked up. The whole effing point of the thing was so we could get away from the commercials.
Right, exactly.
You charge us a fair price and we can skip that whole thing. And now you've just like it's not even a big deal. Like nobody even made a fuss about it. Like, no, this should have been like a line that we wouldn't cross. Like, I know it sounds so silly to be so adamant about this, but they're just going to keep weaseling their way to find like more money from us. We're going to have to draw a line at some point.
Yes. And you know, this is one of the things I was complaining about a long time ago during, it says for the audio, the audio is cutting out. For a while, okay, it's on the little app. For a while, they were doing this thing where everybody was this, I can't even remember what it's called now, but we were like, no, don't do that. If you do that, it's like turning capitalism loose, unabashed on the internet. And that was back whenever you paid what, $30 a month, $50 a month tops maybe for internet back then, and you got everything. You got to go everywhere. If it was on the internet, you got to get it, unless it was a download and you had to pay for it, you know. And then they passed that internet thing, and now not only do you have to pay for the internet, but now you have to pay for all these different little services all over the place, and it's turned it into where, I mean, it's a minefield of money, and some of them are really freaking hard to get unhooked from.
Everything's a monthly service. Everything now. And while to some extent there are some things I do find that convenient, but as well there's sometimes I don't want this product for that long. I just maybe whatever it is, it's just like they expect. The reason they do that is because they expect you to look away and forget, because it does happen where there's just like, you know, $5 charge every month and you just don't even realize that it's there. And, you know, you might even stop using the product, and 2 years later you realize you were charged $5 a month for 2 freaking years. And that's how they freaking get. Bastards.
And some of them, you know, I don't know if you guys have ever had, what is it called? Ring? The Ring with the, is it Vivint maybe? I think it's called Vivint now, or some business. I don't know. I think it's Vivint. Yeah, it's Vivint. They have the thing. And try to cancel. Get you some Vivint and just try to cancel. Spend yourself a morning canceling. Yeah.
Too. The rigmarole. They make it so difficult. It's like it should just be like a damn button that I can go doop, just like unsubscribe me from this email. I want you to unsubscribe me from your stupid monthly service, please and thank you.
Yes. And yet,
there should be a commission on that.
Well, there's actually a law they were trying to pass to where it's a one-click unsubscribe to anything, right? Kind of situation for very problems just exactly like this. And they were going to implement it, and then I guess this new administration came in, all this business, and I found out exactly why. I mean, when I canceled my Vivint, it's really hard to find on the website where you go to try to cancel. Then when you try to cancel through the chat on the website, they say they go through all this trouble and tell you got to call this phone number after they go through all this trouble of trying to get you to stay, so they give you this phone number. You finally call this phone number so you can cancel your account. Otherwise, they're going to keep billing you or whatever. And the same thing is just this horrific, hardcore, hard pressure. Listen, man, I'll tell you what, if we cut it down by $10 a month, will you stay? Well, what if we cut it down by $10 a month and threw in an extra camera and only charged you $3 a month for that extra, you know? And they just would not stop. And finally, I got him to quit. And the guy's like, "All right, let me go. Hold on just a minute. Let me go talk to my manager." I'm like, "Why you got to talk to your manager?" Right. I mean, just cancel my account. I could just cancel the card. You know, and just lodge a complaint that I tried to cancel with you. Huh?
I have done that before.
Really?
I had to, I don't I mean, this is years ago, like 2012, let's say, where I canceled a debit card because I had this continuous debit coming out every month and they wouldn't stop. I was like, okay, you're not going to stop. I'll stop it for you. It cost me, I think, like $10 for the stop. Like you had to do like a stop payment, almost like a
Right.
check or something. And then I got a new card, mother
I
effers.
know.
They asked
You have to pay. It's just a big scam. It's all a huge, fantastical scam is all it is. It's disgusting.
And if you're older, you know, the older people who may get confused, like trying to walk through the system, or maybe if you have a learning disability, or maybe you have serious anxiety, PTSD, and you don't like being on they know that people are just gonna go for the easy way and just like, okay, I guess you can keep my $5.
Yeah. Yeah, right. It's easier to just hang on with it. All right, I guess I'll keep using your shit. Oh, yeah. Collapsalism says try canceling a gym membership. Me too. Same thing with, which one was it? Which one? What'd you say?
I did it with Planet Fitness. They're terrible. LA
Horrific.
Fitness, they're terrible.
Same.
There's a
Yep.
few of them I've had to cancel, and they're just like, you got to come in and you have to sign a paper and you have to talk to a manager. I bet you I have to do what now?
You
It
do?
actually might have been a gym membership is the why I had to. Actually, I think it was a gym membership is the reason why I had to cancel my debit card.
Right. Oh, was it? Oh, yeah, because they make it so ridiculous. Predatory. That's a good way of putting it.
It is
Predatory. Man, I tell you,
Look,
yeah.
I don't want to work out here anymore. Okay, it's too far away. I moved, or it's a different job. Whatever my reasoning is, it's none of your business.
Right. To make me justify it, and then just the constant browbeating, you know. Just, and those kind of jobs suck too. You know, this is what you're going to be doing all day. Oh man, I got to do that. That's some people are down for that. Some people are down for it.
If, like,
That's what they do.
Maybe like if you don't mind sales, you don't mind hearing no, you don't maybe even care necessarily what people are saying. You just need to find the way to get them to say yes, because some people are driven like that, and they're
Right.
fine. And you can almost tell them in life, those kind of people. No offense, but like the sleazy car salesman.
Yeah.
It's on like I knew one, and I knew he was one, and then when I found out he was one, it was like I just knew it. I just knew the way he was talking to people that he was sleazy and he was shisty.
Yeah. You just instantly see it. I want to say thank you real quick to Collapsalism. Oh, no, it's not Collapsalism this time. It's Garland Garrett. Thank you, Garland Garrett, very much. Thank you for joining us. First of all, welcome to the damnation, fellow burner. And for the 5 gift memberships, very much appreciate you. Thank you.
Are they must be on the vertical.
Yeah, they're on the horizontal. I see it on the horizontal.
Oh, it's on the I must be on the wrong one. Whatever. That can't happen. But thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'll get all this business figured out as we go forward. Who knows?
Because I didn't look at which one I clicked. I just clicked the so that way I can chat. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Yeah. Actually, I've started putting the whenever you click in the beginning, the very first word's always going to be vertical, so you'll know which one's which.
Okay, then I'm in the horizontal.
Okay, yeah. Then for some reason, maybe you're just not seeing it. For some, who knows? The thing is being a jerk. But I've got a lot of things going on, so we'll see what happens. Let me say hi to some new folks. Lurky Lay is here. Lurky Laley. Lurker Laley. That's pretty cool. Oh no, they're not here. It's a gift membership. Shut up, Chris. But I did see some new people here. So let me go over here. First of all, Garland. Thank you, Garland. And of course, Rational Poet Jackie's here, stalking us as ever. Sir Lancelot Cockblocker.
Oh.
Okay. The name does grab the attention. It's like, we will be watching. Sir Lancelot says, or at least put the commercials at the beginning. Don't interrupt the show. Well, here's the deal. Thank you for joining us. It's kind of the reason why I do one at the beginning of the show is just kind of like you used to see, they do an introduction, then they do a little commercial and lets everybody get their ducks in a row, and then they come back on the thing. And that's kind of why I do it. And then we do one about every half hour, so we can take a break and go get coffee and do the things real quick. But we try to keep it entertaining. And it's actually, in fact, it is time for us to go do that voodoo that we do somewhere else right now. So what should we do? TikTok, I don't know if TikTok's going to like any of my commercials. I really do believe TikTok has either stopped streaming me or it stopped shilling me out. One or the other. I don't know. It's, how it is. We'll find out later. It doesn't matter.
I'm sorry. I just
Yeah.
really, and especially since I haven't been on it since Larry Ellison took over, but I guarantee it's probably such trash. That doesn't mean we shouldn't try there because there's still good people there. It's just the app itself. Down.
Yeah, just down with it. Let's do should we do the Pharaoh's Curse? What's it gonna do? Let's do our new foreskin restoration kits. Here we go. Were you circumcised at birth? Or did you change your faith for a woman and now she's gone? Or did your sister's lockjaw flare up at the worst possible time?
Guilty as charged.
Well, fear not, my wayward child. Introducing Father Flanigan's line of at-home foreskin restoration kits. It won't cost you an arm and a leg, just an eyelid. Testimonials are already coming in. Mike from Dallas, Texas writes, ever since I got my penis caught in the blender, I haven't felt like a real man, but now I'm back and intact. Thank you, Father Flanigan. Steve from Florida says, I didn't really want my foreskin back, but my wife insisted. We did it and, well, you should see the look on her face. King Kelly writes, wow, getting my foreskin back literally doubled my length. After all these years, I can finally hold my heads high. Thank you, Father Flanigan. Father Flanigan's at-home foreskin restoration kits are part of our Tips for Tots and Adults community outreach program. Free eye patch and eye mister with each purchase. You can tell just by the look on his face whether he's packing or he's lacking. Microsurgery available for those extra small jobs. And in case you have any problems, Father Flanigan's highly trained medical staff are ready and waiting for your call.
Oh my God.
I've never seen so much blood.
Thank you, Father Flanigan.
Thank you, Father Flanigan.
Father Flanigan's line of at-home foreskin restoration kits. Coming to a Walmart near you. All right, it looks like we're back. That was sudden and surprising. And here we are. So let me see what's going on here, guys. Everything looks right. Me too. That's all I saw. Oh my. Hey, you did that better than I do. Now you're showing off.
Probably because I literally heard it every day, 20 times a day when I used to listen to Howard Stern.
Yeah.
You have like those funny like sound effects, and that was one of them that they'd play. So it's just the same thing. We would all say it from here.
Gotcha. You know, I really appreciate. Good morning, Wodenson. I really appreciate George Takei. I dig it. I think he's awesome. I like the actor. I like Voyager. You remember Voyager? I really enjoy Voyager. Voyager's fantastical. I dig it. The actor on Voyager who plays, what's his name? Shit. I can't think of the character name or the actor's name. What the hell is wrong with Ensign Kim? Ensign Kim.
Okay.
Wong. His name is Wong. Well, he also does stand-up comedy. He's a stand-up comedian. Yeah. And a very lot of his stand-up performance is doing George Takei impersonations. A lot. And when we went on the ship, we were on a cruise ship for the Star Trek cruise. I was like, if he does this George Takei one more time, I'm going to it's just a lot. I mean, hey,
I get it.
Yes. If you're watching, he's up
It
on
was
George
hilarious the first 100 times.
Exactly correct. That's true. Mm-hmm.
But now I'm a little tired. Miss Non Sequitur said we missed a super chat, and I don't know. I'm guessing it's in this stream. Miss Non Sequitur Aaron, sorry.
Let me find out and discover. Here. Is it from here? No, not from that one. Let's see. Sorry, guys. We are streaming to multiple places here. Let's see. Fan funding so far for today. Oh, we did miss a super chat. Let me go here. Actually, two of them.
Ooby.
Yeah. All right. Let me get Miss Non Sequitur first. It's she for $5 says, "What's the difference between an atheist and an evangelical Christian?" The atheist is honest about not following the teachings of Jesus. Yeah. At least we can admit it. Thank you for the $5 super chat. And then the other one we missed was from Collapsalism. Said at first he said $2. I won nothing in Vegas the 5 days that I was there. Then for another $2 said, to be fair, I didn't gamble and saw 311. Yeah. So there we go. Good on you.
That sounds
very
fun.
good.
I bet
That does. Yes. Let me get all my stuff in a row here so I can see everything. Thank you all for joining us through the Miss Non Sequitur. I hope I see you're over on TikTok. I guess it's still streaming to it. So we'll see how that goes. Fingers crossed.
Let's hope. What's the most famous song by 311 that I would remember? I know that band, but for some reason my brain is just like empty. And I can't think.
I have no idea. I've never heard of them. Yeah, I didn't even know they were talking about a band.
Well, Collapsalism was when they said they didn't gamble, but they saw 311.
Right.
The band 311 from, is that from like the 90s? 2000s? Oh, something like that. But anyway. Anywho.
Let me do this. Sorry. Connection post.
Okay,
Ready.
I'm looking at their song list. Let's see. Amber. I'll have to listen to that one because the name doesn't like click. Or Beautiful Disaster. Okay, I'll have to listen to them after. I know them. Now it's annoying me.
There we go. I don't know why again. What the hell already?
You demons, tech demons.
Tech demons are just up my butt. View console. There we go. Why you gotta be here?
You didn't know that. That's just like a common knowledge.
There's no time for romance, Miss Ryan.
Demons aren't bottoms. I'm just
Okay, gotcha. All right, let me go
they like
here.
to subjugate.
You have been subjugated officially. All right.
They too if they're doing it.
You're a bad person. You're going to hell. That's probably not why. The phone lines are open. Yes, I'll race. It's a race. Phone lines are open. Good morning, Coffeetown Atheists. Good morning, my fellow atheists. Heathens, says Coffeetown Atheist. Godwin 7 is here. Dyslexia Jones, the finest plugins. I stopped streaming to Discord. I stopped streaming to several places just now to try to see if I could get our stream going well. I was streaming to too many. And I just don't think it's going to work with TikTok. I don't think it's going to work. We'll see. I think what I'm going to do now, though, is I'm going to turn TikTok off. There we go. And just do the vertical to YouTube and then I'll just turn back on the thing and that way we can have our callers if people want to listen and watch on Discord, because I really want to build our Discord thing. Our peoples over there are cool. So let's go start.
I know you have such a lively group, and there's a good amount of people in there.
They are. All right, so let me start our Discord over there. I'll get our stage started. And again, we're taking calls, so if you want to call the phone number, it is 276 damn show. Is that right? It is 276 damn show. Don't listen to me, friends. Let's see. Damn show, and I will get our Discord up. Notify everyone, start stage. Thank you, everybody over on Discord. Apologies for taking off. So it looks like we can hear the Discord. Discord's hearing us. Okay. So that's half the battle right there. Awesome. Oh, Chris George is here. Good morning, Chris George. I hope your copy paste button is working. Convert these atheists. That's kind of what the topic of the show is. We've never really actually got to the point of speaking about it, but the topic of today's show is, hey, can you convert an atheist? What could you tell me? Are you going to try to tell me, or Ryan? Ryan, are they going to convert you? I'm going to let them try here on the show. Yeah, you're very convertible.
I'm a convertible kind of person.
There you go. Malleable.
Top.
What's that?
I said I like to take my top down. But Yes, malleable, flexible.
Yes. in all those wonderful ways. Exactly.
No, God made me to be shaped and formed. Isn't that not what he says? You know?
Yes, that's right.
Enslaved.
Yes, and the female form is indeed a wonderful form. We've got speaking of, we've got Havsai here. Good morning, Bree. Wodenson is here. I'm trying to catch up. I've been so distracted by all the other stuff going on. Sir Lancelot. Okay, you guys are going on about that. Wodenson, John Hudson. Amber is the color of her energy. Okay.
That might be the song by 311, maybe.
Maybe. And then of Kiwi Banana. Kiwi Banana says they're watching Voyager now. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Garrett Wong.
That's the name of his
Ensign Kim. Yes, Garrett Wong. I'm sorry, man. If you're watching, dude, 1,000 apologies. Yeah, I forgot your name. Yeah, he's the one who was the ensign on the Voyager for 7 years. 7 years this man was an ensign. I don't know how that should reflect on him. I'm just saying.
And is he funny otherwise? Like, how's his comedic timing? Like, does he have the
image is everywhere. A gentle shepherd, a beacon. Stop with the noise. Let's not talk about that. I don't want to talk about that.
This might ever get a job. Like, goddamn, you don't want to burn the bridges.
Right. I mean, Garrett, if you're watching,
hilarious.
Absolutely hilarious. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my.
There goes my comedic life down the drain.
Right. You know, I really don't know. I mean, I guess he could do oh my at a really good opportune time. But otherwise, sorry. Yeah.
We're just being our honest atheist.
That's true. But hey, you know, I mean, that's good. I got to give him some credit. He's got the stones to get up and do it, and he's been doing it for a very long time. And
never.
Yeah, and still nobody knows about him, so that means he really does suck, and he still does it. That's persistence right there. I'm kidding. It is so hard to break into that business. It's ridiculous. It is.
And I was thinking, just watching like comedy shows and sometimes the behind the stage scenes and stuff. It would be almost cultish, where it's hard to get in. Like, it's hard to get people to, not the audience,
right?
The other comedians to like give you the respect that you deserve. Like, it's almost, you've got to earn that. And I'm not saying earning is wrong, but like, if you're funny, that's kind of how I see it.
Yeah. Well, one of the things, and I mean, I'm speaking from an outsider who wanted to be, so I did a lot of looking into it, kind of wanted to do the thing. It's a slog. I mean, you think building a YouTube channel is rough. You know, I mean, it is hard going out there and bombing and working, putting in years and years and years to get good. And then, so now you're good. And then this guy, after you've done years in the trenches, and this kid comes up and he hasn't done his time in the trenches, and he wants you to respect him for the comedian he is. So how do you feel about that? Right.
True.
So it does kind of, yeah, there we go. Let's see if we're working. Is it working now?
Oh, you've bombed at an open mic, Capitalism says.
Really? Gotcha.
Wow. I bet it builds character, though, man.
Possibly. There you go.
I think I kind of feel like if you are strong-willed enough to do that at some point it's probably hard to even be embarrassed. Unless you're like a real dick or something, like you do something wrong, but like it just like, okay, I'm used to this. Yeah. I'll get better. You know what I mean? You're either going to get better or you're not.
Well, you know, let's be friends and be real here. I want to tell you a super secret. Okay. Many years ago, I love Shakespeare. Everybody knows I love Shakespeare. I've enjoyed Shakespeare since Jean-Luc Picard turned me on to Shakespeare. Whenever I was 16 or so, 15 or 16. However, before Shakespeare, was Robin Williams and stand-up comedy. And part of the reason why I wanted to do Shakespeare, getting up on stage and doing the Shakespeare, is because I was terrified of public speaking. And I thought doing the acting on stage with other people would help me get over my fear. And I would be able to do stand-up comedy. I've never done stand-up comedy outside of that one horrific experience at NanoCon.
I still have to watch that yet.
Don't do that. Why you gotta be mean?
Don't do it. Now I'm going to do it.
That's a hateful thing to say.
You watch this and stand up. Huh?
We're going to call it stand up. Yeah.
You got to earn that, Chris.
That's right. That's right. Nini Baba is here. Good morning. Nini Baba says, hey, I've been playing live music for a long time, bombed out in the beginning. You know, it is. One of the things is you just got to hit the stones to get up and do it. And I did it with Shakespeare. I've been doing it with Shakespeare. Matter of fact, we haven't talked about it, but I don't know if I told you, but I got a role on Shakespeare. It wasn't, it's not a huge lead role. It's a mid role, but it's a role.
Oh, it's a big role.
Yeah. And, of course, you know how it is. I'm the guy who does Shakespeare, a play one every 2 years, and it's always Shakespeare. And I think I should be able to roll in, do an audition, do a callback, and be able to rock in a role and act these people who do theater all the time, who do Shakespeare every year. They love all of it. You know, whenever I first got the deal telling me what role I got, I was mix of sad that I didn't get a big, huge role, but I was also going, oh my God, there were so many good people. Remember I told you there was a whole bunch of them there.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, there were so many people that were good.
People were actually even there.
Yeah, so I was very grateful that they let me in.
It's super exciting. What part are you going to do?
Well, that's
Or
the
did you
whole deal.
accept it? I guess I should ask you that.
Yes.
Did you accept the part? Okay.
Yes.
There's that.
And I can't really tell you yet. And I say I can't tell you yet. I just mean like I can't say it publicly till they tell us we can tell everybody. And like anybody from my Chris Black, for those of you who are interested, I act under the name Chris Black. In case anybody, any of my Chris Black friends are watching, noise, says John. Yeah. Well, so I want to show you something here. But we got about 10 minutes before our next break, and we don't have any callers yet who want to call and challenge us because they hate us and want us to die. So I want to show you something. I've been threatening to show you this guy, but I'm going to not threaten anymore. I'm going to show it to you thusly. Here we go. Share. You can see the page, I hope. No, I think I have to. I'm learning. 1,000 apologies, my friend. I have to add it to a scene, I think. Add to scene 1. There we go. All right, so let's go here.
In this video, I'm going to go over my qualifications, answer questions I get over and over again, and give you some tips on how to maximize what you can get out of my videos. So, I'm Keegan. I studied political science, got my master's at Columbia, where one of my focuses was political psychology. The others being American politics, comparative politics, democracy, and authoritarianism. I've also done a lot of progressive activism, which I do count as one of my qualifications. And while that master's degree no doubt equipped me with a great many tools, such as determining what is good or not good research, but what matters, at least to me, just as much, is that since graduating, I have kept up by reading, thousands of pages of studies and books about the psychology of politics. Now, common questions I get, and tips. First, how do you find these studies? Okay, so search the name of the lead author, should be in the top left, and a few keywords of the title, and you should be able to find these studies. It matters to me that I reference studies as often as I can that you can find publicly. Second tip, search Keegan Tatum reading recommendations. You'll find this video. Third, I get asked a lot, you focus so much on the right, what about the left? What about liberals? For the most part, think about what I say as being on a spectrum, where what is true of right-wingers is less and less true as you go further and further left. After all, I am comparing people on the right to someone, but that also means I do believe that all of us have at least a little bit of a right-winger in us. So try to watch out for when yours comes out. In this video, I'm going to go over my qualifications, answer questions I get over and over again, and give you some tips on how to maximize what...
For those, that's the guy. And then let's go here. I will show you some of his videos. If you're not subscribed to him, let's go here.
I just wrote his name.
Why are
down.
people on the
I'm gonna
right?
look up his reading recommendations too, like you said.
Gotcha. All right, let's see if you can see this. Let's see this one. Why are right wing submit to authority?
More submissive to authority. I'm Keegan, and I talk about the psychology of politics. A lot of conservatives think subconsciously, okay, we're not talking about conscious level thought here. We're on the level of survival instincts here. And their instinct is, if they fall in line with power, if they suck up, if they show that they're willing to defend the existing power structure, that the elites will protect them. Their gut feeling is that that's what will keep them safe. Remember that right-wingers have larger and more active amygdalae and are more sensitive to perceiving threats. In fact, one widely respected theory is that conservative views are a way of justifying the existing inequalities and hierarchies in society to cope with fear and intolerance for uncertainty. It doesn't matter that history shows that no matter how much you try to show you're on the elite side, they'll throw you right in the meat grinder if it makes them richer. Their submission is emotional and is beneath conscious thought. It's not rational. And if your response is, oh, well, the left wants to use the government for, like, welfare, that has nothing to do with authoritarianism, please don't be dumb. Why are people on the right more submissive to
So that's the guy I have been telling you about. And yeah, his whole bag is, yeah, the psychology of conservatives and all that business about how it's physical. It's physical in the brain. He goes on talking about the physical changes and differences in the brain. And, you know me, I will be talking to someone here on the show and be like, I'd sure like to see your amygdala. You got a photograph? I can see that. Maybe that'd be sweet. Anyway, so yeah.
Take the top of his skull off.
I am very much a fan. Yes.
See what's in there and squish his brain. Yeah, but what he said, I agree with. It's like about survival. It's their instinct. It's instinctual. They're afraid. How are they going to survive? They're going to suck up to this guy. And if I suck up to this guy and I stand next to power, the boot is only going to go so far down my throat.
Yeah. Or I'll actually get to wear the boot. And because I'm on the right side, because I'm sucking up to the right guy. Because, one of the things that a lot of these people lack is empathy. And this is something we've talked about on the show a lot.
Yeah. They're boneless.
Yes. Boneless. I don't know. I'd put it that way. Yes. Very true. Good on them. Let me go here and see if I can get I'm trying to see if I can stream again on TikTok. If I can't, if it's not worth it, then it's not worth it. And, I'll just quit.
It's just so interesting. It's that crowd that talks a good game about what a real man is and what a real man does.
Yeah.
Now, a real man stands up and he does A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and that's what he's a man. But yet you're going to bend over and spread your butt cheeks apart and come get me, Donald Trump.
Yeah.
It's just so weak sauce. It's antithetical.
Right. It is. And one of the things about all these alpha males out there, and you'll see them, they're alpha males, and they're all following people like Andrew Tate, and all these other. So what does a beta do? It follows an alpha. And so if you're following Andrew Tate and you think you're an alpha, you might be wrong. You're probably the beta, and you just don't know it.
You might be a beta.
You might be a beta and just don't know.
Sign.
Here's your sign.
Here's your sign. You're sim.
True enough. Beard of Empathy is here. David Aggie is here. Good morning. The TV show Lost emphasized the lack of empathy with the others, fearing the unknown. Oh, I've never seen Lost. I've heard that some of it's really good.
I've seen it.
Not at all.
I'd like to see it again now that I've seen the end and I know what the end, because the end is crazy.
Really?
Everybody said it. So now I kind of want to go back and see if I see, kind of like the Sixth Sense when you find out that, spoiler alert, that the boy's actually dead. If you watch it again, you're like, oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah. That's okay. She didn't spoil it because what she said was wrong. Good morning, Baked. You said the boy was dead.
Oh, he was dead. Yes. Sorry. Thank you. I was wrong.
I love this world. You're fantastic. Good morning, Evan Porter. Thank you for joining us. I've literally been saying the exact same thing. Yes, I've talked about it on the show for a long time, and I want to share something with you. Matter of fact, maybe if I can, I don't know if I've got it in my commercials here anymore. It might be hard to get to, but I did a sci-fi. I created my own sci-fi universe, and these aliens come and they attack, and this crap happens. It's complicated. It's a long story that really makes it sound like bad stuff. But in that, what they do is they actually release a virus on the earth, and it makes people of a certain type do certain things based on certain things, the size of your amygdala, the size of your fear response. If you're a person more likely to be conservative, drawn to religion, be pulled into the church or whatever, they want you, and that virus will actually increase that part of your brain. But if it's small, if it's not small enough and you're not going to fall for it, then what it does is it kills you. The virus will go virulent. You'll start foaming at the mouth, bleeding at the eyes, and you'll die. And so to the religious people watching, you're a non-believer. Non-believers start, and the whole reason why they're doing this is because they're trying to convince the people of Earth that they are the returning army of God.
And you know, similarly, like you can't make yourself believe or not believe, right? Like it's not like you have a choice. It's just, it is what it is. So
it is what it is.
You could think you'll be saved because you're pretending, but if you're amygdala, you know what I mean? Like, because you know it ain't real, you're just faking the funk. So anyway, it's hard.
That's right. Going to hell. It's going to burn forever. And you know, we've got Thorson. Wodenson is here. Wodenson is a cool name. One of the characters in my book is named Thorson, and he is the son of Thor. It's complicated as to why he's here in our modern time. You know how those pesky Neanderthals are.
Neanderthals.
That's right. Good morning, Kelly. Share Billy Thorpe. That name rings a bell.
Billy Bob Thorpe?
Oh, Billy Bob Thorpe? No, that's Thornton. Billy Bob Thornton. That's different. Yeah. Thorpe. I don't know who Billy Thorpe is. It rings a bell, though. It is there. There are bells being rung.
Is that a black man? Billy Thorpe. I don't feel like I know the name, but I don't know the name.
Yeah, okay, that's awesome. I don't think I've ever heard of it before. Let me check over here. I guess, guys, what we're going to do is we're going to take a break. Whenever we come back, we will maybe take a phone call. We might have somebody in our Discord. I actually have them up, and I'm trying to watch and monitor them to see if somebody comes along. And maybe, I don't know if TikTok's streaming or if it's not streaming or if it wants to stream or if it's not going to stream.
Even check, because TikTok now, you can't even really watch videos unless you're logged in, and I ain't doing that ever again.
Yeah, I stopped. Let's see. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I gotta be honest, really. I'm not gonna put a lot of effort into it. I don't care a lot. I don't care about these other things. Yeah.
Like, give it a shot. If it works, it works. But
well, hey, here's the deal. I got vertical streaming going for our peeps over here on the YouTube who would like to see the streaming vertical. And I thought, you know what? Let me just hook up maybe some of these other people who like the verticals, Instagram, and you know what? I'll just not worry about that. Ooh, it looks like we have a new subscriber. Good morning, Evan Porter. Thank you for subscribing. Welcome to the damnation. It seemed like, thank you, Beowulf, for showing up there. I love Beowulf. It's a great story. Actually, Ensign Kim, I believe he becomes, but there's a story of Beowulf in Voyager where it isn't Ensign Kim, or is it Ensign Perry? I don't remember which one of them plays the role. Anyway, I can't remember. But anyway, I thought they're both in it. So, ahoy, Seth. Good morning, Seth. Thank you for joining us. Rational Poet Jackie, I can't call in. They are making noises installing my new floor. Oh, that's all right. No worries. The aliens they worship is the virus. Ooh, Cry 42. I don't recognize your name. Says, if God doesn't exist, then why do bananas first fit perfectly in my rectum? I don't really know why they fit perfectly in your rectum. We'll have to talk about that whenever we come back from our break. We'll be back in just a minute, my friends.
Have you sued again? Oh, and it's bad this time. A chicken just won't do. But wait, You don't have a goat for your burnt offering. Oh no, the Lord's wrath is upon you.
Insignificant person whose name I don't know, you have sinned. Probably. I shall smite thee.
What do you do? You're all out of goats. She left you for another man.
Fear not, my wayward child. Introducing Father Flanigan's line of goat-scented flesh candles.
No goat? No problem. Just light one of these bad boys and let the sweet, savory scent of burning built flesh rise up to the heavens.
Is that goat?
It's easy, it's fast, and deluxe models even have patented technology that produces a goat screaming sound as the wick burns.
Father Flanigan's line of goat-scented candles. Save a goat, burn a candle.
Father Flanigan's line of goat-scented flesh candles are part of our You Do You Jew interfaith outreach program.
When you sinned and need to atone, light a candle and avoid the stone. When the Lord requires that hundred snow, light a candle or you're going to hell.
All right, looks like we are back. Somebody says here, Starfleet Academy did give Kim some credits, redemption. Yeah, I get that. Matter of fact, Kim got some redemption throughout the rest of the Star Trek universe in the Next Generation kind of versions. I think sometimes they'd flash into the forward and you'd see him as a captain of a ship or some business like that. I can't hear you now all of a sudden. Why can't I hear
That
you?
was my fault. It was just me.
okay.
It was just me. I was too busy coughing. I was coughing earlier being backstage. No, sorry. I promise that was not intentional. It was
That's
not
right.
intentional.
Yeah.
But I remember them to the future and he was a captain or
Yeah,
admiral
yeah.
or whatever. Yeah, something cool.
So, and I want to mention, as cool as that is for him, way to go, Ensign Kim, Garrett Wang, way to go. I gotta say though, everybody becomes a captain. Esri becomes a freaking captain of a ship. Dr. Beverly Crusher becomes a captain of a ship. They all become captains. Everybody who? Beverly Crusher, yeah. Go watch the movie Generations. The Generations movie. Yeah, it's actually the very last episode or / movie of The Next Generation. That's how they end it. And they go into the future, and she's in the future, and she's in command of the Pasteur, I believe. And Esri, somehow they went into the future, and I saw somewhere that she's also a captain too. And I'm like, well, why do they all have to make it to captains? I mean,
Esri again? I'm sorry.
She's Jadzia's replacement. Yeah, right?
Bye. I'll see
Right?
you later.
How did that person become a captain?
Sorry, Esri.
Right.
It's not your fault. They didn't really give you a chance.
That's true.
They put
That's
you
true.
in a really bad position. It was
True.
a really stupid mistake on their part.
True. But there again, I mean, if she can become a captain and Ensign Kim can become a captain, well, it really, both of their captainhoods really kind of tarnishes the other one. The fact that, apparently it's a pretty low bar to become a captain.
Right.
Charlie Elesheva. Good morning, Charlie. I hope I said that right. Charlie, how are you doing? I hope you're having a wonderful day so far, sending safely. Charlie's over on our vertical stream. We're streaming to both vertical and horizontal because we're kinky that way. And yeah, all good things. Yes, the episode was called All Good Things. Thank you, Beard of Empathy. Fellow Trek nerd. Yes, welcome to the damnation. I have a batleth. I even have wounds from my batleth.
You do?
I do.
Oh, like it's metal?
Oh yeah, it's real metal. I could show it to you if you want to. It's a full-size batleth and a mechleth. We have both.
Maybe at the next break you can, if you can grab it or something.
Yeah, see, that's how I got the wound, was because somebody in the chat one day, because we were talking about science fiction, somebody said, I think you may have even been on the stream, right? They're like, which do you like better, Star Trek or Deep Space Nine? Star Trek, the original series, or Deep Space Nine? And I saw that question. I'm like, oh my goodness. And I had to run get my batleth. And in doing so, I tripped on something. I hit something. I don't know. I did something to my shin and I bled the hell out of myself. But I got my batleth.
I think I do remember that, but I think I forgot
there.
about the batleth part because I think I was laughing. I felt bad because I was laughing about you tripping.
That's right. That's right.
I heard it.
That's right.
I'm sorry, but I forgot about the bat lift now because of him.
Yeah, it is what it is. So yeah, that's awesome. Good stuff. It's like, man, how long you been doing this show? You're like, really? Let me come over here. You poor thing.
It's been 2 years now for
in August.
Just a little over, right?
Just almost. In August, it'll be 2 years, I think.
Oh,
yeah.
Why did I think we started in February?
It feels like a long time. Yeah, I don't know. All right, so there we're back on our live chat over there. Good morning. It is Clapslitism. And then Ocean Helio. Starfleet is the Oprah Winfrey of space navies. You get a starship, and you get right. I'm out. If you know me, you love me. And if you love me, you know me. And if you know me, you know that I love Star Trek. And so I'm not bashing Star Trek. I'm just kind of, I know what they're doing. They're just trying to be nice to the character in the future. Now, Nog, if you watched Nog, yeah, I could see a Captain Nog. Absolutely, I could see a Captain Nog. Without it. Yes.
I mean, he was on his grind. Like, once he made up his mind what he was going to do with his life, he just like didn't take no for an answer. Like, obviously he got like maybe downtrodden or whatever, but like he was just about it. And I super respected that. And you can absolutely see him get in that position, and it would be well deserved.
Well earned. Right. Absolutely. Unlike, again, really, like, I could see becoming a captain in rank, maybe like back at the academy, and they've got 30,000 captains but to get a ship, that takes something else. And I just don't think that they should be throwing that out there willy-nilly like they sometimes do. Again, I do appreciate why, especially after all the shit that Ensign Kim or Garrett Wang's character has gotten over all the years, because they never gave him a promotion. So I can see why they'd want to give him, if you watch Voyager again, watch the end of it. I think it's season 1. Ensign Kim and Ensign Paris started to get a little chunky. Both of them at the same, yeah.
Which season?
Yes, either 1 or 2. I don't remember which one. It's at the end of season 1 or season 2. And the producers said something to them about it. There was something in an episode about it. Yeah. There was some sort of fat shaming, if you will. Nog was a MF-ing man after he decided to go to the Starfleet Academy. That's true. And, even when he got hurt, his hurt was just, it wasn't about the Academy. It was about his own person. It wasn't about Star Trek. So he was out of the Academy by that point, I think. You remember O'Brien going to think, I'm going to have to salute him one day.
Yes, I remember him saying that.
Yeah.
That was actually not that long ago. It feels like that I watched that episode.
Yeah. It was. Yeah, it probably wasn't. Good morning, Little Red Pony. We used to do Sci-Fi Friday, but the viewership on Sci-Fi Friday would be like a third of our regular. So I quit doing it and figured we just talk about it. We just force it on the regular show, on the people during the regular show. Let's see. While we disagree, I don't believe you come from a sincere place and aren't being a grifting loser. At the DeFreak. Oh, I see. You guys got something going on there. Yeah, there's something else I see. There's Arcross is talking about, just a kind of a mention about the transporters. I don't know about you, Miss Ryan, but I've always seen it did not take much thinking, much brain power for me to go, wait a second. It kills you. Every time you get transported, you die. You end.
Oh.
Yeah, it's over.
Right. You're not thinking, there's like nothing happening there.
Yeah, you're just dead. There's a new you that takes over somewhere else and goes on, because they created it out of particles but they destroyed you to get there. And that's one of the things that always kind of made me go, oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, that is really what's happening. And how many times have people died in those transporter accidents that was this never happens. Well, this never happens.
Oh,
and then it always happens.
Yeah.
That's impossible to happen.
That's what funny you said. Me and the evil one, we're talking about that. And she never realized it. I said, you know what Ryan pointed out to me? She said, what? I said, in Stargate, every episode, maybe not every episode, but a great quantity of them, what'll happen is they'll present the problem of the episode, whatever that may be. And Carter will always go, that's impossible. That's impossible, sir. That's impossible, sir. Every time.
Alien technology.
Yeah, that's impossible. And then they do it.
Yeah, then she does it. We have to figure out how to combine the alien technology with ours. It's far more advanced.
Yes, yep. It's a good fun.
Every time they would do that stuff.
Every time. You've seen Firefly, and Collapsalism in the chat says Firefly or bust. You've seen Firefly. You remember Firefly, Space Cowboys?
Wait, what? Space Cowboys?
Space Cowboys. They're Space Cowboys. Cowboys in space.
Oh, yes. Sorry, I thought you...
Okay.
My bad.
Understood. No, I got you. So Firefly. So you've seen Firefly. There is some hard rumor. Charlie, I saw your message, brother. I was just busy on this other stream. I'll read that in just a second. There's some hard rumors that Firefly may be coming back. They're getting. Yeah, I know.
My husband said, like... That was so good. It's a shame that they ended that. It was we were real. Like honestly, I like when you told me about it, I was like, okay, this is really pretty dumb.
Sounds that way, doesn't it?
I'm sorry. Like you say, Cowboys in space. I'm kind of like, that's the stupidest shit I've ever heard. But
That's
then
exactly
when you
right.
grasp like why it is the way it is, then it actually makes sense. You know, in that
Right. Exactly.
sci-fi world, their universe. It makes sense.
Right. It in a way kind of does. So hopefully with any luck, they'll bring it back. And I thought about how they can get Wash back. Now they cannot bring Book back. The actor has passed.
Who?
The actor who played Shepherd Book, who died in the show. The preacher man. Black preacher man, had white hair. Back.
Yes,
there
that's
you
right.
go.
That's right. I remember you telling me. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, he passed. He's no longer with us, so they can't bring him back. Now, however, Wash died, but this is far but 500 years in the future. What if the company man healed up Wash? And we get to see them bringing Wash back in the new show. That would be fantastic. That'd be a way in for Wash. I need to call Nathan Fillion and let him. Hey, Nathan!
We figured it out for you.
He's in the other room.
We're going to write this up. Don't worry.
We'll write. Fear not, friend. Fear not, my wayward child. Ron Glass, thank you, Flockmaster. Yes, Alec Baldwin.
I'd want him in it. If he's not in it, that would make me mad.
It would be great if Wash is Alec Baldwin. Wash is played by Alan Tudyk. Alec Baldwin, it wasn't Alec Baldwin, it was his name is Baldwin though, plays Jane.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
The man they call Jane. Yeah, so there's some legends or theories that's coming back. Let me see here. We got somebody. Charlie says, you said it correctly. I had to change my name, but I used to have another name that you were familiar with because I came on your channel quite often. It's for my privacy reasons. Are you guys agnostic? Oh, that's Root, at Root. Yes, I'm agnostic. Charlie says, what's the subject today? The subject of the day is, can you convert these atheists? We got a phone line, actually. We've stepped up, but nobody's called yet. You think you are completely disassembled and then reassembled, so you have to not be alive in that process. Oh, yeah, Star Trek. Yeah. In the Star Trek world, that's exactly right. You get disassembled. Now, here's a question. That's really kind of hard to understand. It's hard for me to maybe express, but in a way, the Rion that was there a minute ago is not there anymore. That Rion is past. There's a new Rion every fraction of every second going forward. When you think about it, it's kind of weird. So would it simply be a continuation of those steps? Then, I don't know. That's kind of a toughie.
That is a tough one.
It's something worth putting your brain pan on. Zarkross, let's see, we start with not causing harm to other people. If you need or have a reason not to hurt other people, then you need to be in jail or not church. Zarkross, I was thinking about that. Good morning, better than Ember. Good morning, Ember. I was thinking about that. By the way, folks, if after the show's over, the stream ends, it'll kick you over to Ember's show today. You remember we talked about the secular humanists being better, more moral than Christians because of how they treat women? That was my argument, because of how Christianity treats women. I have another one. And it dawned on me after watching a review of our show from yesterday, or a commercial or some business. Okay, so I have a second reason, especially when you combine the two of them. The second reason is what I talked about the other day, that I don't have a monster creature behind me threatening me with eternal damnation, and yet I still don't do bad things. If that's the only thing keeping you from doing bad things, then you, my friend, are indeed not moral. If the only thing keeping you from raping and killing and plundering is that, I really want to go get my batleth. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a super tiny commercial here. Let's do our Deathbed conversion Bible commercials. This is 59 seconds. We'll be back, my friends. I'll have my batleth. Do you have an atheist friend or family member who's a good person and you don't want to see them end up in hell? But now they're on their deathbed. Time is running out. They've been there for you, and now you want to be there for them. But how can you save them from your all-loving, forgiving God and its eternal lake of fire? Well, fear not, my wayward child. Introducing Father Flanigan's line of atheist deathbed conversion Bibles. No more worries of loved ones meeting their resolution without absolution. Now you too can force your faith on the weak and helpless in their final moments. Father Flanigan's line of atheist deathbed conversion Bibles are designed specifically for the weak and infirmed. Extra large type for failing eyes seeing their last. Deluxe editions come complete with a post-mortem Mother Teresa would have approved baptismal kit. Also available in heathen and heretic versions. Father Flanigan's line of atheist deathbed conversion Bibles. Coming to a Walmart near you. All right, we are back. Miss Rion is off doing her thing. Let me pull her down real quick. And there we go. Aha. Okay, got it. My system has been going. That's my mechlith. So we have a mechlith. Yes. And it's good for, slicing and dicing and cutting and hacking. You can hack with it and you can slash with it. And then after you're done hacking and slashing, you can like slaughter and murder and all that business with it. It's really fun for the whole family. The kids can get into. Oh, there she is. Let me bring her back up. Add to scene. Well, there you are. So here's our mechlith. I was telling everybody how you can hash and slack with it.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. This is the mechlith. Ooh, I look cool. It looks like I know what I'm doing by doing it this way. Yeah.
Yeah. I'd be afraid of that if I saw you coming at me with it.
Yes, I'm afraid of it when I'm using it. And then we've got the batleth. This is the whole thing. This is the entire left of bat. It's really good for jabbing and poking and stabby, and then slashy. That's what this is really good for. That's for those in the ranges of age 9 to 17. Gotta get them while they're young.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Yeah. So that's what I know.
You could really use that for some self-defense.
That's right.
I'd be grabbing that thing if somebody broke in.
That's what I tell the evil one. If anybody brings into our house, I'm running for the batleth. I mean, yeah. And then I'll probably get shot and die.
Batleth will stop the bullet.
But at least I'll be holding a batleth when I die.
You're gonna hit the bullet and deflect it the path of it.
Oh, that's good thinking. I like your thinking. Your thinking is good. That's what the mechlith is for. That's what Worf would do. Yes.
What would Worf do?
Yeah. Wow, that's a good one. Wow. WWWD. Awesome sauce. My chat has stopped here, and I'm frustrated with it because I can see the other chat. I see people are still talking over here, but my chat that I view in the middle is being a jerk. So let me just. Oh, that scared me, and I ain't scared of nothing. There we go. Huh?
Yeah, I was just looking. I didn't realize. I think mine stopped too while we were.
What stopped?
The chat.
Oh yeah, the chat. Yeah. The chat has stopped. Our streamer bot chat has stopped for some reason. Oh, maybe because somehow it got shut down. That's probably why. If I were a thinking man, and I blame me entirely. Whoopsie. Let's get rid of the Twitch. Let's get rid of the Instagram. Let's get rid of because they didn't work. TikTok. I don't think TikTok's working. Sorry guys. Sorry for the chat being gone. I blame Rion entirely. She distracted me with her feminine wiles. Mm-hmm. Just saying. Let me go boop, 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 and go activate selectors. Thank you guys for your patience. Someday I will get a what do you call them? Wait a second. Producer. But until that day, yeah, one of those things. There we go. It's back now. It's back. Kelly, sure. Good morning, Kelly. We do have our phone lines open, and we do have our Discord up for the call-ins. So thank you all for joining us today. It is the middle of the week, and I hope you guys are staying warm and safe. Apparently, we're having some bad weather from Texas all the way up to like the far north, like Oklahoma, way up there.
What's going on?
Just weather, bad weather. It's actually all the way up to the, like New York, and
like
it's just being ugly. Yeah, rain, snow.
Okay.
Yeah, the bad stuff, yucky stuff.
Seems pretty all right. Yesterday it was 70-something degrees here.
Wow, I just saw a little thing on the internet saying this is where it is, like Texas going that way, away from us. And I was like, okay.
Bye-bye. Adios.
You have my prayers.
I'm sure the temp's going to drop here, though, because it's just too early for all that.
Right. Yeah. Oceanus Helios says, I've got snow here. People are talking about snow. Yep, storming out here in DFW. I saw, I think it's Seth from the Thinking Atheist. On his Facebook post posting about how he's in Tornado Alley and they've got more storms coming and all this business. So it's I don't know if they got
no funsies.
Yes, no fun. Nothing fun.
No fun.
Yes, secular feelingness, thoughts and prayers. Lots of thoughts. The freak. Good morning. Do you have a brother or someone named Wesley Kersey, or someone named Wesley Curry? Wesley Curry.
Who's that too?
To me, is it you? I mean, I used to know a guy named Wesley. He looks a lot like you. I mean, I'm just saying. I often get people often tell me I look like what's his name, Ryan? That actor.
Oh yeah, but I can't remember his name. Shoot.
Yeah, is it Patrick Swayze? No, that's not it. Close. I was close. I'm trying to think of really handsome men. Sean Connery. And just throw those out there. But actually, it's, Donald Sutherland is to be true. Donald Sutherland is the person I get confused with a lot. Evan Porter, Dr. House. When I didn't have my beard, someone thought I looked like a Hugh Laurie. Donald Sutherland, yeah, I do kind of resemble Donald. Yeah, and I am an actor, so if they ever decide to do a Donald Sutherland bio, I could play fucking Donald Sutherland. They'd probably just AI the shit out of that nowadays. Just saying. Evan, you called it. Yeah, you did. Good one, Evan. Good one. Let's see here. I saw Beam Me Up Bob is here. Good morning, Beam Me Up Bob. Thank you for joining. I'm not showing the batleth again. I hope you saw it when it was out. I'll bring it out though. I mean, trust me, Beam Me Up Bob. If you want to see it, I'll show you my batleth. Have you seen my batleth? You ain't never seen a batleth like this one. Actually, this is just kind of the same. This is if you and I hate to. I don't mean to put it down, right? This is not the Batleth of Kalis. Okay, this is not some legendary Batleth reproduction. This is the Batleth that if you watch Deep Space Nine and they had just generic rando Klingons boarding the ship or something, this is exactly, it's a replica. It's from the same, I got a certificate and everything from the Gene Roddenberry, all that business where it's the exact same thing they would, and you can tell if you go watch them on the show, it's the exact same thing. And I'm like, now I'm all disappointed. But no, it's pretty cool. It is. It's pretty cool. I would like a really fancy one though. If you've seen this sort of Kalis, it's
like what do you call, like scribed or what?
Yeah, very fancy. Fancy
rolling, things like that. Yeah, that.
Yes. Cool. Good morning, CLCOVP. Yes. Yeah, well, yeah, and they ain't never finding that. That's gone. Greetings, you two. Nice to see you again. It's going to be 60 degrees here today and 40 tomorrow. Go figure, thanks to the cozy one. Oh, clearly in Northern Virginia. Cheryl in Northern. Hello, Cheryl from Northern Virginia. 80 degrees today, 40 degrees tomorrow.
Oof.
Yeah. Capitalism, collapsalism says, Chris, you look like a bunch of actors. I guess that's a good thing. You know, maybe it's a good thing.
More together or just each individual you resemble some?
Good question. That's a good question. Yeah. I don't know. Let's ask Yeah. Probably. I don't know. We'll find out.
Like if John O'Connor and Donald Sutherland had a baby or something.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. Oh, you listed them. Oh, you actually listed them. I got to scroll up. Let's see if it'll let me scroll up that far.
I can see Ted Danson.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. Yeah, Ted Danson. I can see it. Good morning, Danielle. Thank you for joining us. Danielle Austin is here. Kelly Shearer is here. I suddenly missing my boyfriend. He was cool for Methuselah. Really?
Lived a long time, did he?
Yeah. Michael Douglas. Oh, look at Michael Douglas. I don't. Oh, I guess Michael Douglas. I could see that. Okay. I can see Michael Douglas. Yeah. Sam Elliott. Now, I got to tell you, folks, whenever I shave off the beard and I go with just a cowboy Fu Manchu kind of thing, the Sam Elliott really does kind of come out a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. John Hudson says, not to mention, somebody said, I missed it. Oh, Sam Elliott is so manly you get pregnant from a kiss. You know, speaking of that, we got John Hudson here who was a quad testicular person, and he would just be standing in line next to women and they'd get pregnant. It's crazy how that happened. Yeah. Just like that. Sam Elliott, though, yeah, that'd be a good one. He's getting up there. Sam Elliott is. I wonder how old he is. Sam Elliott. Yes. Let's go, Sam Elliott.
1944, he was born.
Wow. So he's 81 years old. Goodness gracious. Good morning, Enram.
Still working.
Yeah, he's still working. Sir Lancelot Cockblocker says, "Hey, baby, you want to see my Batleth?" Yes, indeed. Yeah. I have. I don't know if Kelly might have got to see it. I got a Batleth and a Mechlith and all those cool things. So for any time, me, it's date night for me and the wife.
When is?
That's what the weapons are for. Date night.
Who's who?
You're all right. I ain't telling. We don't judge here.
Right? No, I'm not going to yuck your yum, Chris.
Just trust me, though. We do clean them off really well.
Okay, sanitize and everything?
Yes, very much so. We no longer have a functioning CDC. No, that's true. Yeah, oh my goodness, that's so true. Shameful. Oh, yeah, that Donald Trump started after that in his first... Yeah, that's crazy. You know what? It's time for us to take a quick break. Let's do that. And whenever we get back, we will do some more blaspheming and more sinning and more of those sorts of things. It looks like we're getting a caller. Maybe somebody will, whenever we get done with our commercial, we'll come back and perhaps somebody will have a decent argument and they will bring us to the Lord. You know? Let's do this one here for you guys. You guys have been fantastic.
está no bueno. It burns when I pee. Abraham had the crotch cooties and gave his sister wife to me. El ataco fue no bueno. It stings like a bee. They told me she was his sister. Now I'm plagued between the knees. I've got the Pharaoh's curse, a case of penile plague. I've got the Pharaoh's curse. There's fire between my legs. Mi burrito está no bueno. A full bladder I fear. Abraham's lies and Sarai's touch have left me itching front to rear. Mi burrito está bueno. It burns when I pee. Abraham had the crotch cooties and gave his sister wife to me. I've got the Pharaoh's curse, a case of penile plague. I've got the Pharaoh's curse, there's fire between my legs. Mi burrito está no bueno. A full bladder I fear. Abraham's lies and Sarai's touch have left me itching front to rear. Mi burrito está no bueno. It burns when I pee. Abraham had the crotch cooties and gave his sister wife to me. I've got the Pharaoh's curse, a case of penile plague. I've got the Pharaoh's curse, there's fire between my legs. I've got the Pharaoh's curse, a case of penile plague. I've got the Pharaoh's curse, there's fire between my legs.
All right, we are back. Yeah, we got a comment here real quick. I just want to address a couple things before we bring up our caller. One of them says that DeFreak is asking if we, what was it? Are we virtue signaling? Do we always do the virtue signaling? Yes, we do. We usually open the show with virtue signaling. So, yes.
That was my signal right there.
But here's the deal. If it took you this long to figure it out, then I think we're really losing our edge, don't you?
Probably.
I feel so.
More often.
That's what I think. I suspect. Okay. Yes. All right. So, and also I want to shout out to Dairy Friend chilling over on Discord with Beowulf. We're getting, so thank you for joining us over there, checking it out. We appreciate you. All right. So we have a caller here. Let's see. I think the name is, you know how the caller log, this auto caller thing is. We'll ask. Good morning. Can you hear us? All right. Good morning. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Awesome. Is your name Ross?
Austin, but yeah.
Austin, okay.
I'm Dairy Fiend in Discord, so you just shouted me out. It's kind of funny.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Cool. You could actually put your hand up in Discord and we could call that way too. Just letting you know for futures. What's going on today, Austin?
Nothing much. Just enjoying a beautiful morning, having a cup of coffee. I haven't had a chance to catch the show live yet, but I think this is really cool what y'all are doing. And awesome. I wanted to ask kind of what are your favorite arguments for God? You might get this question a lot. And I also have a little something of a rebuttal for one of my favorite arguments for God.
Okay. Hey, Ryan.
Like the Christian Jews? Like the Christian Jews is like this is my proof of God?
I'm atheist, full disclosure, so I'm not.
Oh, yeah.
But did I get that right? I'm sorry. Is he asking like what my favorite argument that Christians use for their God? Is that
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Honestly, the look at the trees, the banana, look how perfect it is for my hand. My eyes are perfectly placed. Like all those complex design ideas, not as complex as you think, when you start to look, I mean, not that science isn't complex, but easier to understand than they make it sound. Like, to just make it so complex, it's just beyond our human understanding. Like, no, science has actually figured a lot of this out. So,
yeah,
that's
you're
my
talking about the
favorite.
teleological argument, like creationism.
Mm-hmm.
And you normally respond by just appealing to science, you said? Science has figured out a lot of this stuff?
To be fair, I am not the greatest with science. So usually my arguments, I will steer back to like Bible literalism, things that are out of chronological order, pointing out inconsistencies, things of that nature, because that's what I know best. I mean, that's what I was brought up to know and to avoid the sciences. Sure. I'm trying to get there. I would love that. I would just love to be a science bitch. That would be so amazing. But I'm not on that. I have
a similar background. I'm a great creationist, and I learned creation life science instead of biology. So everything I know about like science, I had to figure out myself. Like, scrolling through Wikipedia and looking at the page on like the fossil record and transitional fossils and why we know evolution is true. Comparative anatomy and DNA evidence and all that stuff. But yeah, I'm in the same boat. I would love to know more about science.
Love to hear that. Not that, you feel like you don't not understand, but you're not aware of all the sciences and stuff because of how you're raised. It's nice to know I'm not the only one.
Yeah. True that. I want to mention real quick one of my favorite arguments for God that I want to say that they don't use. I want to say they don't use. I use it. I am a better arguer because, listen, their God can do anything. According to what they say, it can do anything, right? And so we're going to debate them, and we're going to talk about Noah's Ark. And you're like, scientifically, it's impossible to get all the animals of the planet on the ark. And I'm like, no, it's not, because God can do that, right? Right. Why not? And then they're like, okay, so you get all the animals on there, but then you got to feed them. Why? God. And then you got to take care of their poop. I'm like, well, no, God, you people don't pay attention. God can do anything. If you can imagine the TARDIS having a very large inside, then you can imagine the Ark having. God can do anything. So this notion that I figure that's kind of this. Yeah. If God can do anything, then He can do these things. And I don't feel that they argue that enough. That's the argument
I thought of when I was a kid, it doesn't matter that science contradicts God, because God could have made the universe look as old as He wanted to, and He could have fit all the animals onto the ark, and he does miracles all the time, right? That's the whole MO. Yeah. But that kind of leads into like what I wanted to share with y'all, which is my rebuttal to the transcendental argument for God, which is my personal pet peeve argument.
Hey, if you don't mind, explain it first for anybody out there who doesn't know what it is, like me.
Yeah, I'll lay it out. But I wanted to get to I'll lay out the transcendental argument for God, my rebuttal, and then I'll show you how it ties into what you just said about, but God can do anything.
Okay.
The transcendental argument for God, as I understand it, is basically it tries to accuse people like us of what they call a performative contradiction. Meaning, when I do my arguments against God, I'm actually being logically incoherent. Because what they do is they say everything is based on these transcendental categories of experience. So space, time, logic, mathematics. Sometimes they'll say love, right? Knowledge itself are transcendental categories. Okay, and then they say the only coherent explanation for these transcendental categories is God. And therefore, because even logic itself is predicated on God's existence, to use logic to argue against God actually is incoherent, because you're presupposing God to even use logic to argue against me. You have to accept God's existence to even make arguments at all. So it's a very tricky argument to get around, because it's like, well, I can't even open my mouth. I've already, the moment I open my mouth, I'm admitting God, right?
Right. I got one for you on that one. We'll get back to it. I'm writing it down. Carry on.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So my response to this argument is that it is not an argument.
Right.
Right? Because if you say God exists beyond space and time, or we can just say, for the sake of this argument, just focusing on logic, right? If God is outside of logic, then you're instantiating God within this argument, right? You're instantiating logic to make this argument, but then you're undermining God arguments. You're saying God doesn't exist within logic. He's not constrained by logic. So it's kind of a self-defeating argument, because the moment I accept your premise, it's like, okay, now we can't say God anymore. So either God is unspeakable according to you, or he is according to you. It's kind of both. So either he's arguable or he's not, right? So it's kind of a self-contradictory argument. And going back to like your Noah's Ark example, it's like when you say, oh, well, God can do anything, what we're really saying is we don't actually have a proposition about the world, right? If you break human speech down into assertions and propositions, the assertion is the words that I'm saying, right? The claim I'm making to you, and the proposition is like the meaningful content of the statement, the thing I'm trying to communicate to you about the world, the idea behind it, right? And so arguments like this don't actually obtain a proposition. They do no differential work. So when you say, oh yeah, God could make it however he wants, it's like, that's cool, but you haven't differentiated anything. There's no difference between God and no God, right? You haven't disproven the null hypothesis, so to speak. So without making any difference, without constraining our future actions and arguments and decisions, your God argument has no traction. It's unworkable, and it doesn't lead anywhere. So it actually doesn't have a proposition. It's not proposing any state of affairs, because it doesn't rule out any state of affairs.
Right. We've had some Phil Bros on the channel that you would probably really have a fun time talking to.
Absolutely.
I don't normally meet someone who talks like that who's on our side. I don't know why that is. I want to point out something though. Something you were talking about. Sometimes we can't actually discuss it without agreeing that their God exists. And how do you argue about that? Otherwise, well, what I tend to do is I give them the benefit of the doubt. For example, Jesus was not sacrificed for your sins. He was executed by the Romans. Now I've just admitted that I believe in Jesus. I don't. I'm just saying, let's give you or those people the benefit of the doubt that he was real based on the evidence. This is how I feel. But there's that point at the beginning of the statement where we have to go, give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt that he was real. And that's usually how I come at it, because otherwise, like you said, we sit here all the time and we admit, and people have actually tried to hit us on that. And they're like, well, if you say that, then you obviously believe in God. I'm like, no, we're just giving you the benefit of the doubt.
Trying to get on your level so I can,
and the transcendental argument is trying to get around that, right? They're trying to sidestep that and I guess go one level up and say, before we can even talk about knowledge claims and evidence and stuff like that, we have to already presuppose God in order to even have this conversation.
Right.
So even though we can, you can say everything about evidence and, we can talk about the historical accounts of Jesus and what evidence there is, but all of that presupposes God, right? They're putting God prior to everything in the discussion. So my move is just to say, well, we're already having this conversation right now, right? So in order to have discourse, we have to abide by the rules of discourse. And one of the rules of discourse is to be fallible, to show humility, right? To show where you might be wrong. And scientists do this all the time. Scientists say, I would be wrong if we saw X, Y, Z. I think the world is this way, but if you showed me this other thing, then I would change my mind. And Christians don't have that. They don't have an unless clause to their belief system. So there's no built-in unless clause. So there is no actual, they're not making a proposition. They're not making an argument. They're pretending to do discourse, but they're not actually engaging in the terms of discourse. So
and they're bad people for that.
Transcendental argument on itself. It says, well, we're already making arguments. That is already an argument. So you're already allowing me to counter. You're already saying implicitly that your position is defeasible.
Right.
So,
well, again, like you said, to open it up, if you can't, otherwise you can't have a conversation at all. If you're going to go by those rules, you can't have a conversation at all. Because you admit just by having the conversation that you admit there's a God. And that's to me, That's just wordplay. That's just somebody trying to force an argument, their point, a rhetoric that's not real. It's just because I argue that Jesus died on Saturday instead of Sunday based on the evidence doesn't mean I believe in Jesus. So here's the deal. We've got Spider-Man episode 4, and it says that Spider-Man was fighting in Gotham against, the Sandman. But episode 9 actually says, oh, right.
What
See?
Spider-Man show are you watching?
Right, exactly. Now you've called me out.
Spidey's and Queens.
now you've called me out. So see, now you've called me out because I was wrong about Spidey. And this is how it is with people talking about religion. Whenever one person you're talking about fictional characters and fictional cities,
Right?
And they've been not used specific, but you're going to call me out for we cannot have a conversation about the fun of Spider-Man until we can agree that he's not real, but he exists on his own. And that's the kind of deal. We have to give it the benefit of the doubt, for lack of a better term. Otherwise, like you said, we just can't have a conversation at all.
Yeah, you can't have a conversation.
Yeah, exactly. And so what I try to do is before I engage, my real big point is this: like, some statements are impossible to evaluate as true or false. There's an essay by a brilliant philosopher named Harry Frankfurt. He wrote a book called On Bullshit. And in that essay, he lays out a case for why bullshit is not necessarily a lie. And I don't agree with him on that point, but it's a very good insight that bullshit is kind of orthogonal to truth-telling. So, like, to even lie, to be a liar, you have to at least think you know the truth. Right?
That's
but
true.
a bullshitter doesn't care. A bullshitter is indifferent to the truth, according to Frankfurt. So he's just making hot air with his mouth. He's making wiggly mouth sounds. Mm-hmm. So there is this phenomenon of, I guess, pretend discourse or counterfeit discourse, where it sounds like I'm making claims. It sounds like I'm talking to you, but I'm not actually making claims. So to kind of check if someone's actually having a conversation with you, I kind of ask 4 questions, which are, so what?
Okay.
So what's the first one? Because if there's no consequences for your speech, if there's nothing changes as a result of your claim, then it's obviously bullshit. It's obviously indifferent to the truth. You're just talking for talking's sake. So if there's no so what, then there's no proposition. Unless what, I already talked about that a little bit, but if your statement doesn't rule any state of affairs, then you haven't really described any state of affairs, because some state of affairs must exclude some other state of affairs, right?
Right. I think you're calling the wrong show, brother. No offense, man, but we don't do that here. We don't do that here. I don't know what you're doing, but I mean, I'm trying to run the show, and I can't stop listening to you for even a second and be able to keep up with what you're talking about.
Really?
I got 5 different screens up here. I'm watching this over here, this over here. And if I stop for even a second, I'm like, what the fuck was he talking about? I have no idea what you're trying to talk about. Really, I mean,
I'm just trying to get to the bottom of, like, if you said something at all, right? Are you bullshitting, or are you actually doing real talk with me?
Right.
If there's no so what, if there's no unless what, then there's no proposition being made. There's no conversation being had.
But now, whenever I'm a Christian and I'm going, well, there is a God, and so what? Well, so what? You're going to burn in hell if you don't ever do the thing. And all your other questions, I mean, you can answer all those other questions from the perspective of a Christian or a theist. Right? What were your other questions? So what? Well, I mean, so what? I'm trying to prove a point. I'm trying to push my rhetoric. There's a reason. There's a result. There's ramifications. I'm not really seeing how somebody trying to convince us that their God is real is not trying to. They're just talking. I don't see how they're just talking. They're just bullshitting.
Well, not everything they say is just talking, right? Because lies aren't bullshit. They're different categories.
That's true.
You can lie, and that's real talk. But bullshit is fake talk. You understand? So it's not even capable of being a lie.
Right.
So the other 2 questions are, what is what? So when you say something like hell, then you actually have to define that term, right? You actually have to show what state of affairs hell rules out. And then finally, the last question is exactly what? And like we get down to brass tacks on like things like outside the universe or beyond logic, right? Which is kind of like saying I drew a four-sided triangle, or Santa Claus lives north of the North Pole. It's like I've invoked a category just to collapse it, right? I've destroyed the concept of north by going to north of north. It doesn't make any sense.
Right. Yeah. I get it. Go get them. There are
like break down their argument to basically to the atoms.
Well, they actually can't do that. They can't.
Not to show if it's false or true, but to check whether it's even capable of being true or false, and then we can argue about
north of north.
Is it true or false?
Right. Yeah. I guess. Yeah. I don't know. Something. I don't know.
The thing is, I think you have to ask a lot of questions to the callers too.
Yeah. There's a lot of things I can't prove that I know, but I can't prove them. I know how a compressor works in a refrigerator, but I can't really kind of prove it to you in a conversation over the internet. I mean, there's like hell. How do you prove or disprove the notion of hell? The only thing you've got is Jesus's words. Really? Right? So that's the only evidence you have. Then you have to presume Jesus was telling the truth.
I'm also kind of a non-cognitivist, right? So like concepts like hell, heaven, God, they don't actually like mean anything when you try and dig into them. Like every time someone tries to define a term like God, it abstracts into more terms and more jargon that doesn't make any sense, and you have to tease that apart. So you can nip a lot of that in the bud with so what and unless what, and then if they actually give you something to work with, then you can check what is what and exactly what.
Right. Well.
Checklist.
I guess that's good. No, I appreciate that you're on our side. We have people calling all the time, and they're like, but if this and this and this and logically this and this and this, I'm like, well, what about that? And they're like, well, you didn't actually answer my question. I'm like, well, I didn't fucking understand your question because you went on forever about yourself. And I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, to be honest. No offense to you. But I'm just glad that in this case, you're on our side. Because I'm looking at the chat. I'm like, Dade Murphy's here. Dade Murphy's here. Hi, Dade Murphy. Oh, wait. What the fuck was this guy talking about? He was talking about something about my assertions to the left. And on the number 9, if it's green, you can't. I don't know what he was talking about. I appreciate you.
I'm talking about the transcendental conditions of this conversation right now. If we're having a conversation, we making real talk.
Are we? Or are we just babbling? And who determines whether we're actually presenting rhetoric or if we're just babbling? Or if we know the difference between the lie. That's the whole thing. I really like that whole bullshitting, because you're right. You're so right. Bullshitters don't care if it's true or a lie. Liars are lying. They know it's a lie. They're going to tell a lie. A bullshitter will tell you the truth and just don't care. Yeah, that's cool. I've never really put the difference between the two. I dig that.
Yeah, and like you said, when it comes to like how does a compressor work, like you can't prove that to me, right? But you can at least show good faith by saying, well, this is how I think a compressor works, and it works like X, Y, Z, unless there's something else going on, right? Therefore, we should see compressors behave in this way, or we should see some kind of consequence of a compressor. And then I can you've given me a thing I can go check, right? Now I can go check the unless clause.
But when we're talking about religion, we're talking about things that are beyond what you can check. For example, let's talk about that hell thing. We don't have any evidence of hell. I can't give you the only evidence, the only proof, the only scientific, if you will, evidence of hell. The only evidence of hell at all is Jesus's words, that there's a fiery pit and you're going to gnash your teeth. That's it. So based on that, as like with my light switch, when I turn it off, the lights go off. When I turn it on, the lights go on. By that same argument, right?
But I mean, there are laws of physics that govern electricity, and you know.
I know there are, and that's what we're depending on. I totally get that. I can't. I just can't prove that electricity works. I can't prove how it works. I can just show you that it does work.
We're talking over the internet right now. We're using electricity, right?
I so agree.
But hell doesn't admit to cheaters, right? So when you say hell is like equivalent to the light switch, I guess I don't track that.
Well, no. What I'm saying, the only reason why I'm saying that about hell, here's the analogy. With science, my science, the things in the world that tell me how it works says when I turn off the switch, it works. When I turn it off, it works. Whatever. With the only science we have with hell is what Jesus said. Jesus said it's there. Therefore, based on that, and since it's something above our plane and we can't look at, thusly it must be there.
But there are ways we can look at it, right? I mean, there are electricians are everywhere.
No, we can look at electricity. True, I'm all about that. We just can't look at hell because it's in another plane, and the only evidence we have of hell is what we get in the Bible.
Right, but when you say another plane, like that doesn't mean anything.
It really doesn't. I totally agree with you. It's that same plane in which heaven exists, in which it's like if you watch Babylon 5, it's hyperspace. If you watch, it's subspace. It could be anything outside the universe. Science fiction has all kinds. No, I'm not arguing for God, right? Really, I'm not doing that. I'm just saying, but if we're going to go based on the notion of that's all it tells us, then. Because that's their argument. Our entire conversation between me and that theist is about whether or not that place above exists or not. And if we're not going to give them the presumption that it does, that's the same thing as us presuming there's a God.
Right.
If you're going to say, wait, all of your
conversation, right. So we can just start with the rules of this conversation, right? We don't have to talk about the nature of reality and all of that. Like I don't have to know all of that. I just have to know I'm having a conversation with you right now. Did you say something that's real talk, or did you bullshit me? And when you say above the universe contains all places. So, in what sense am I going above the set of all above and below?
Exactly correct. Exactly correct.
Doesn't make sense.
Exactly correct. And that's the whole point I'm trying to make. If you, on your side, cannot presume, give them the benefit of the doubt of an outside the universe, a subspace, and whatever. If a place where heaven and hell can exist, then you can't talk to these people at all. There's nothing they can say because their entire argument exists beyond that point. There's a God, its will exists beyond that point. If there's a Satan, hell, all those things exist outside of what we can give in our. So if you're not going to admit that that's actually, or at least give them the benefit of the doubt, that that's a point to argue, it's the same thing. There's no point in talking to them at all. Everything you're going to say to them is that doesn't exist. It's outside of our universe. That doesn't exist. It's outside of our universe. You can't prove that it's outside of our universe.
Questions to get them to see, Did I actually make an assertion? Did I break the rules of conversation making? And
now,
ties into, have you heard of a philosopher named Immanuel Kant?
Let me ask you, what do you care about? Do you care about like the conversation and like the debate and who's right and who's wrong, or do you just care about the mechanics of the debate and whether this is this and this is this and whether or not we're pushing the right? I mean, it really doesn't. It sounds like you're just working on the framework of everything. How do I explain this? Go ahead. You can probably explain it for me. I'm not trying to be a jerk in that way. But
I care about the truth, right? And
I don't think you do. I think you care about how people get to the truth.
The truth is, right? I can't know what the truth is in some kind of like universal, like, ultimate truth, objective truth kind of way. But I can at least filter out all the noise, right? And then what's left over is all the lies and all the truth. And then I can just go and overturn all the lies. That's easy. Lies are easy to disprove. Bullshit is impossible to disprove, as we've both agreed so far.
Okay.
And going back to your point about like everything being outside and beyond like our perception and outside the universe and like different realms, there was a philosopher who talked about this concept. He breaks things down into what he calls phenomena, or appearances, right? Things that appear within our perception. And then he calls everything outside of that the noumenon, which is fundamentally unknowable, right? If I'm to draw a line around myself, around my knowledge and my perceiving, everything outside of that boundary is called a noumenon, which is fundamentally not knowable. So any claim to a noumenon is trying to smuggle it into the realm of appearances. But you can't do that. You can only speak to what things appear. So if there's no sense in which a noumenon appears, then it's not a phenomenon. It's just a noumenon. It's outside of the perception.
Great. That sounds great. That's right. There's this whole argument, whenever they say God is outside of space, outside of time, then he doesn't exist, right? That's what you're saying. If he's outside of space, he's outside of time.
It's indistinguishable.
Yeah, from something that doesn't exist. Yeah, we get that. We get that. Yeah. That's the whole deal, though. I mean, when you open the argument and you're like, hello, I'm an atheist and I want to talk to you about your religion. And they go, okay, my God. And they can't say anything about their God because it has to exist outside of our universe. Yeah. Whether it's the nullverse or the hyperverse or the heaven, if you want to call it, let's just name that place outside the universe heaven. You know what I mean? And now the whole argument is now you're going to try to force them to prove heaven.
Well, really, what I'm interested in is what's called epistemology, or a theory of knowledge, right? How do you know things? How can anyone know anything?
Right.
And there was this. Have you heard of something called street epistemology?
I very much have.
Okay, yeah. So I tried street epistemology, and I really hated it. Because what ended up happening most of the time was I would ask people about their beliefs and try and get into like reasons, and people would never give me any reasons. They would just talk about what they believed more and more and more and more and more. So I've tried to kind of condense my process down into just 4 questions that I can ask as like a script, and I can just go down the list. And at the end of it, I actually have the reasons that they gave, or I've shown that they haven't given a reason, instead of just like letting them talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. Because what happens is they'll monopolize the conversation, and then we never actually get into a dialogue, and I'm never able to get them to access like any critical thinking.
Right.
So it's like, are we having a conversation? Let's check.
Well, we're not anymore because the show's over. Thank you for calling. We are late, guys. Sorry, we got to go. Normally we end the show 10 minutes ago. No, yeah, I appreciate you. I got to think about that because when the Phil bros come in here and they talk like that, they don't really care. They don't listen. They don't give a shit. What they're trying to do is their entire point is trying to get us to trip up on what we say and agree to something we don't really believe or think just by using a whole bunch of, oh, well, you didn't, well, you're not talking, you're babbling or whatever, you know. We hear that a lot. You know, and that's what, as you were saying, I was like, all right, so now you're just bullshitting me. You've been bullshitting me for 20 minutes now, because you're not lying. You believe what you're saying. It's just a bunch of bullshit.
That has consequences, right? Because I can check for bullshit.
Well, no, like your first question, if you don't accept the answer the person gives you because it's outside of what you see as a universal perception, then the conversation ends with the very first answer. It doesn't matter. There were consequences because you're going to go to hell. That's well, now you got to prove hell.
Right, but hell is ill defined and bullshit is well defined. That's the difference. Right? I know what bullshit means. I don't know what hell means.
That's a good point. That is a good point. Yep. Okay, man, we really do got to go. Thank you, Ryan, for being here. Guys, we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, Chris. Thanks for the call. Have a good one. But Austin, call us back. Let me think on this. I'll work my brain on it because I often talk about we're all on the same side. We're just different weapons. We have our own different ways and our different tactics. So I appreciate what you do. All right, thank you. All right, so I gotta go. We'll do that. And Ryan, I'll see you later. I'm gonna do our super chats real quick for those people, and then I will go. Let me see if they got any over there. And we did get some over here. I appreciate y'all. Sorry for going back on the thing and taking so long. It was a good conversation. Collapsitalism. I won nothing in Vegas the 5 days I was there. Pardon me. For $2. Sorry to hear that. And then for $2 says, to be fair, I didn't gamble. I saw 311. Good for another $2. And then Collapsitalism says, Chris and Ryan, always looking good as always. Keep it up. I've been working out. I haven't really. I'm a liar. I don't work out. Miss Non Sequitur for $5 says, what's the difference between an atheist and an evangelical Christian? The atheist is honest about not following the teachings of Christ. Garland Garrett, good morning, Garland Garrett, says, I've sent 5 of the Daily Atheist gift memberships. We very much appreciate that. DeFreak gave us $2 and says, do you have a brother or something named Wesley Curry? I don't know who Wesley Curry is, DeFreak. I noticed that you in the chat and there was frustrations and I don't know. I'll check it out later and see if you're still here tomorrow. It's a busy show. Guys, thank you all for joining us. Tomorrow we are going to do Thursday, and it's going to be all kinds of funny. We're going to blaspheme. We're going to sin. Don't miss it. It's going to be fun. Sin safely, my friends. Take care.
Got a house that smells like old cheese and shame. Father Flanigan's flesh candles change the game. Goat-scented thrills for your soul's delight. Light it up, baby, make your room right. When you've sinned and need to...
Austin. John Hudson, thank you very much for the super chat. John Hudson super chatted $100. Thank you very much for that. We appreciate you, John. Thank you. Sin safely, my friends. Take care.
Got a house that smells like old cheese and shame. Father Flanigan's flesh candles change the game. Goat-scented thrills for your soul's delight. Light it up, baby, make your room right.